Liverpool transfer news as Reds plot move for star with $65 million release clause. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mohamed Salah are well known for their close friendship, and this was evident after Liverpool's 1-0 win over Everton at Anfield, where the pair engaged in some light-hearted banter. Their bond, often described as a bromance, was on full display following the Merseyside derby. Although Alexander-Arnold was sidelined with an ankle injury and did not play in the match, he was present in the stands supporting his teammates. After the final whistle, he made his way to the dugout, where he shared warm embraces with several players. Curtis Jones, who had stepped into Alexander-Arnold's usual right-back role, received a big hug from the Liverpool star, while Alexander-Arnold shared a chest bump with centre-back Ibrahima Konate. The most amusing moment, however, came when Salah playfully swiped Alexander-Arnold across the face with a cheeky gesture, only for Alexander-Arnold to respond by placing his hand on Salah's face. The playful exchange was clearly all in good fun, but one fan account shared the video with the comment, "Don't know how I feel about this," raising a concern that there might be tension between the two. However, most fans dismissed such worries. One supporter pointed out, "Definitely just playing around. You can see Salah laughing as he walks out of the frame." Another chimed in with, "They're like brothers, always winding each other up." This wasn't the first time their playful interactions had captured attention. Just a month ago, a video of the pair squaring up ahead of Liverpool's game against PSG at Anfield went viral, but it was all clearly in jest. Their friendship extends beyond the pitch. Alexander-Arnold himself has described Salah as his closest teammate. "I have the biggest bromance with Salah because of how long we've known each other, how long we've played together, and the bond and connection we share," he said in an interview with Stadium Astro. "On the field, we have a great understanding of each other's style of play. We never complain when one of us doesn't pass the ball. We just respect each other's game, and that's why I think our right side is one of the best ever." Salah has also expressed his affection for Alexander-Arnold, calling him one of his closest friends in football. "I'm close to many players, but Trent is someone I really like," he said in a recent interview with TNT Sports. "He's crazy, doesn't talk much, but I love him. Andy Robertson talks more, Trent prefers to listen." The Liverpool squad returned to action in the best possible way after the international break, securing a 1-0 win over Everton in the Merseyside derby. Although the performance wasn't perfect, Diogo Jota's decisive goal ensured the 3 points, extending Liverpool's lead over Arsenal to 12 points at the top of the Premier League. However, the match was not without controversy. The main talking point was VAR's failure to send off Everton's James Tarkowski for a dangerous challenge on Alexis Mac Allister. PGMOL, the body responsible for refereeing in English football, later admitted they had made an error by not recommending an on-field review. Tarkowski was only shown a yellow card for a reckless tackle that caught Mac Allister high, but fortunately, the Liverpool midfielder was not seriously injured. Liverpool now look ahead to their next match against Fulham, with their sights still firmly set on winning the Premier League title for the first time since the 2019-20 season. Meanwhile, the fallout from the derby continues to generate conversation, including a heated exchange between Virgil van Dijk and former Liverpool striker Michael Owen. Owen had suggested that the disappointment of losing the Carabao Cup final and being knocked out of the Champions League would leave a bitter taste and affect how Liverpool reflect on their potential title win. Van Dijk, however, was quick to challenge that sentiment. "So, you're saying this season won't be special anymore?" Van Dijk responded. Owen clarified that he still thought it would be special, but felt the team had missed a chance to build something even more remarkable. Van Dijk firmly disagreed, saying, "I think we need to change that narrative. It still looks very special in my eyes. No one expected us to fight for all 4 trophies at the start of the season, but now we're still fighting for the biggest one. It's still possible for this to be an incredibly special season." In team news, Arne Slot has hinted that Connor Bradley could be in line to replace Curtis Jones at right back for Sunday's match against Fulham. Bradley has been recovering from injury, and while Alexander-Arnold and Joe Gomez will not be ready to return, Bradley may feature in the squad. Slot praised Jones for stepping up in Alexander-Arnold's absence, saying, "He thrives on challenges, and Curtis did well in that role." Meanwhile, Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Jimmy Thalen has provided an update regarding the potential future of Kevin Nisbet at Aberdeen. The 28-year-old Millwall striker, currently on loan with Aberdeen, made a significant contribution to his team's dominant 4-1 victory over Motherwell yesterday, scoring twice. This win helped Aberdeen maintain their position in third place in the Premiership, keeping pace with Hibernian. Nisbet has been in impressive form this season, netting 12 goals and assisting 4 in 30 appearances. His performances have led some pundits to speculate that his form could see him back in the Scotland national team's consideration. For Thalen, the key is that Nisbet is enjoying his football after facing some difficulties with Millwall in the English Championship. The Swedish coach emphasized that it has been crucial for Nisbet to regain his form and confidence at Aberdeen. Looking ahead, Thalen acknowledged that any potential deal for Nisbet will be influenced by several factors. These include the transfer fee Aberdeen would need to pay to secure him permanently, as well as Millwall's plans for the player. However, Thalen expressed that he would be open to the idea of a permanent move for Nisbet, as he has been impressed by the striker's performances in Scotland. "If you ask if we like Kevin, yes we do," Thalen said after the Motherwell match. "That's all I can say. He is not our player at the moment, so it's not my place to comment further." When asked about the financial feasibility of such a move, Thalen remained cautious, but hinted that Aberdeen could consider it when the time is right. "We're focused on the present," he added, indicating that any future move would depend on circumstances aligning at the right time. Nisbet was signed by Millwall for $2 million from Hibernian in 2023. This figure is likely to be a factor in any potential permanent deal, and it is uncertain whether Aberdeen would be able to meet that asking price. The club spent a significant amount on Topi Keskinen in the summer transfer window, and while a move for Nisbet would require more investment, it is not completely out of reach. Additionally, Aberdeen are aiming for a top 3 finish this season. Achieving that would not only ensure a lucrative prize, but could also secure European football next season, which would boost the club's budget for future transfers. In another part of the football world, Liverpool's Premier League title hopes have never seemed so close. Their fans can almost taste it. Their second league title in 35 years, and their first since the COVID pandemic, is within reach. The atmosphere at Anfield during their Merseyside derby against Everton was electric. The crowd, as passionate as ever, played their part in ensuring the team maintained its momentum. The sole goal of the match, scored by Diogo Jota, came after a sustained period of relentless attacking, which has been a hallmark of Liverpool's style, especially at home. The game was charged with intensity from the start. A brutal challenge from Everton's captain James Tarkowski went unpunished by the referee, despite clear concerns from Liverpool fans. This was not the first time a controversial moment involved Tarkowski. In their previous encounter at Goodison Park, a 2-2 draw, Tarkowski had scored a last-minute equalizer, which was met with mixed reactions due to the contentious nature of the match. In this derby, however, Tarkowski's actions were again under scrutiny. His foul on Alexis McAllister seemed malicious, yet he only received a yellow card after a brief VAR check. The fact that the decision stood, despite the severity of the challenge, sparked frustration among many, especially considering the history between Tarkowski and Liverpool. Everton also argued that Luis Diaz was offside during the build-up to Liverpool's goal. Although the replays showed Diaz was indeed in an offside position when Ryan Gravenberch attempted to play the ball through, there was debate as to whether Diaz had interfered with the play. While he didn't challenge Tarkowski directly or obstruct his view, Everton claimed that the presence of Diaz forced Tarkowski to make a play on the ball, which led to Jota's subsequent goal. David Moyes, the Everton manager, argued that the goal should have been disallowed, while Liverpool's head coach, Arne Slot, defended the decision, citing the rules as correctly applied, but acknowledging his personal dislike for the rule that allows attackers to stand in offside positions, forcing defenders to adjust their play. Regardless, the goal stood, and Liverpool claimed a vital victory that extended their lead over Arsenal at the top of the Premier League to 12 points. With only 8 games remaining, including a key match against Arsenal in mid-May, Liverpool's chances of clinching the title now appear all but assured. The win against Everton was particularly important for Liverpool, who had been facing doubts following their exit from the